Monday morning that we are here in the city of Ogba, Ikeja to be precise. A wonderful welcome to everyone that has been watching us, those that have subscribed to Flip TV. A big wonderful welcome to those that are watching from all over the world, Nigeria and the diaspora. Big welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. I have with me my wonderful reviewers with me. I have Mr. Sunday, I have Mr. Lucky, I have Mr. Matthew, I have Mr. Samuel, and I also have Mr. David. Others are on their way. How was your weekend? How was your day? Okay, let's move over to the newspaper headlines. This morning, I have with me the Punch newspaper, and also I do have the Nigerian Tribune. Oh, yesterday there was a sad story that we had, the death and demise of T.B. Joshua, founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations. Synagogue Church of All Nations. He died yesterday on his way to the hospital. Okay, let's look at the Punch. What does the Punch have for us? Igangan community fingers were killed family as 17 killed. Fuel station, houses, palace burnt. Igangan community fingers were killed family as 17 killed. Fuel station, houses, palace burnt. Attack provocative, says Akeredolu. Makinde calls for calm. Alaafin accuses police. Bandits, herdsmen, others killed 394, kidnapped 224 in 1 month, says report. Bandits, herdsmen, others killed 394, kidnapped 224 in 1 month, says report. The main headline: as Twitter ban, job losses loom, economic woes to worsen. NESG experts warn. Job losses loom, economic woes to worsen. NESG experts warn. With present economic woes, we shouldn't add to our people's problems. With present economic woes, we shouldn't add to our people's problems. That is from the NESG. Ban will dampen foreign investors' interest in Nigerian businesses, says economic experts. Ban will dampen foreign investors' interest in Nigerian businesses, say economic experts. In other words, he's saying that investors will shy away from Nigeria as a result of this Twitter ban. It will disrupt thousands of small businesses capable of creating 70% jobs. SME owners. It will disrupt thousands of small businesses capable of creating 70% jobs. Okay, we are increasing forex to banks for SMEs, travelers, tuition. We are increasing forex to banks for SMEs, travelers, and tuition. Lady who lodged with boyfriend in Lagos hotel falls sick and dies. Lady who lodged with boyfriend in Lagos hotel falls sick and died. Confusion trails Atiku Soludo's campaign posters in Abuja. There is still campaign going on. Atiku Soludo in Abuja, despite what we are going through in Nigeria. Wow. No block asylum for IPOB applications will follow procedure. No block asylum for IPOB applications will follow procedure. El Zaka says wife detention. Shites fume. Alleged 78 protesters killed. El Zakaze wife detention. Shites fume. Alleged 78 protesters killed. 37.3 kg cocaine, others seized at Lagos airport. 7 traffickers arrested. Let's move over to the Nigerian Tribune. Above the masthead, gunmen invade Delta community, bomb police station with IEDs. Gunmen invade Delta community, bomb police station with IEDs. The main headline: outrage as herdsmen kill 11 in Igangan. Outrage as herdsmen kill 11 in Igangan. We will defend our people, Amotekun, to begin joint patrol of Yoruba land. We will defend our people, Amotekun, to begin joint patrol of Yoruba land. That is from the Southwest governors. The Fulani burnt the palace filling station, several shops, killed our people. Ibarapa North local government boss said that the Fulani burnt the palace filling station, several shops, killed many people. That is from the Ibarapa North local government boss. Makinde calls for calm, says police combine area in search of culprits. Makinde calls for calm, says police combine area in search of culprits. Alaafin and Fenifere, Are Adams, others react. Big PDP blasts APC over Twitter ban as Nigeria lost 4.4 billion in 2 days. PDP blasts APC over Twitter ban as Nigeria lost 4.4 billion in 2 days. MTN, Glo, Airtel, Etisalat, taken to court. MTN, Glo, Airtel, and Etisalat taken to court. Serap asked Commonwealth to sanction Nigeria. Serap asked Commonwealth to sanction Nigeria. Malami's directive, anachronistic in a democratic society. Malami's directive, anachronistic in a democratic society. Twitter ban diversionary, ill-advised. That is from Autumn. Twitter ban diversionary and ill-advised. That is from Autumn. Shock tears greet TB Joshua's death 1 week to 58th birthday. Shock tears greet TB Joshua's death 1 week to 58th birthday. Buhari Akeredolu Autumn monarchs mourn. Commissioner local government boss lose houses to arsonist strike in Imo. Commissioner local government boss lose houses as arsonist strike in Imo. Onion marketers threaten to stop supply to South from today. Onion marketers threaten to stop supply to South today. Our children exhibiting abnormal behavior. Parents of Afaka students cry out. That is it for the newspaper review this morning. We are moving over to our reviewers as they come to do justice to the newspaper headlines this morning. You can also comment on the newspaper headlines you've heard this morning and all the questions. If you have any questions, you can ask so that you can be a participant. You can participate in today's newspaper review. I have with me one of us, Mr. Samuel. Mr. Samuel is with us. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Christian. Good morning, viewers at home.
We are gearing up.
Okay, maybe. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. Let's look at the Twitter ban. What Malami said that they should be arresting people that are using Twitter, despite the Twitter ban, that they should be prosecuted.
Okay. Good morning, viewers at home. Good morning, everybody. My name is Samuel, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your comment. I appreciate you guys for also viewing and watching us on daily basis while we do this and we talk about Nigerians' issues and probably if there are way forward. Well, looking at the headlines this morning, as usual, is always negative news that is not encouraging. Looking at the senior advocate of Nigeria's
so they should
treatment,
prosecute anybody using Twitter.
they should prosecute. Well, let me be strict to the headlines. It will be difficult for the government to say it wants to prosecute those using Twitter because number one, you've bounded, according to you, you've banned Twitter. So how do you start prosecuting what you claim to have bound?
You said that some people are using VPN.
Now, how would the government, under what law? Because I'm trying to learn a new law from the Attorney General. Would the use of VPN be situated within the context of Nigeria's legal framework or constitutionality? That the use of VPN is either a crime, either civil or criminal, that will be used as a yardstick of prosecution. So the Attorney General should educate us. Since we are illiterate now, they should go as far as giving us an enlightenment on the constitutionality, the legality of the prosecution process of the use of a social media platform within the contextual definition of freedom of expression constitutes either criminal or civil, warranting illegal prosecution. So the Attorney General should help us more. So that I want to start, so that we should learn more about the rationality of his decision, how he arrived at that conclusion. I really want to see a court case whereby the legal framework will be built up so that we know that, oh, you were arrested for using Twitter because it was established, because with our prosecution process, either the police established that you did this VPN, which goes against section this, and so the Attorney General will be making sense to us by doing that. You see, we are not in Banana Republic whereby you just wake up and say things unfounded. There are so many things that have been said within this government that's unfounded within the context of the legality of law. So, and yesterday, to make it more worrisome, an APC chieftain, I think Buala, who was in London, they always communicate from afar, London, said that Canadian government wanted to block Twitter, American government wanted to block Twitter, and Twitter complied with their request. They model up facts, storylines to situate their positions, and they will now paint scenarios of what never really existed so that it will look sane to the populace that they are trying to brainwash. The truth is, I've never read anywhere where America wanted to block Twitter, but American government have engaged Twitter in conversation as a result of direct messages of tweets linking some people within the US territorial integrity to some terrorist organization. Two different arguments. Not that American government tweeted something that was a genocide tweet and it was brought down, and the American government now replied back on tweet. No, it was an investigative panel that was involved between American government as a result of activities of some individuals in America to Twitter, because it was a national security issue. So it wasn't a tweet response. It was a face of a government response to Twitter. And Twitter replied back by assisting the government in directly or indirectly pulling them or giving out some information to help in those tweets. So if you look at the scenario that happened in the East, two different. So you see Buala modeling up the issues just to get a political point. And he now brought out China is not a democratic nation. I think we should start educating them. You see, these people play hypocrisy as if they don't know this fact. China is not a democratic nation. Shane Wakimbaloye of China's TV brought out the nations, countries that have shut down Twitter. Nigeria is the only country in Africa that has shutted down Twitter. In Africa. So, commonsensically, if I'm a businessman, will I come to that kind of nation? No. That's why Twitter is vast in its thinking and analysis. Not to bring the headquarters in Africa to Nigeria, because the facts were there before now. Obedience to court order, from Dasuki to El Zazaki to Nnamdi, you can go on and on and on. So there are precedents that have shown a non-democratic tendencies of this administration, which for an average business, even Nigerians are running from investing in Nigeria and taking it to Ghana. So do you need a white man to now bring investment to that kind of nation? The answer is no. So Buala only, in philosophy, played around the subject of conversation instead of abandoning the subject of conversation by merry-go-rounding with the points in order to build up a political fact, which is not sensible. And that you are in governmental position does not give you a monopoly of wisdom. There are people in IT that are sound, and most of the commentators of the government on Twitter. That's what they do. They specialize in IT. Some even have IT firms, but they're not in government. So when an argument pops up, you will see somebody that is lame in those areas of specialization trying to push out a narrative of what he does not even understand. So he makes mockery of the system and the kind of people we have in leadership structure. And he was comparing Nigeria to China. China is a communist system. He was comparing Nigeria to a war-torn Syria, North Korea. So these are people that will not go to North Korea when they have medical issues. They will go to London. They'll go to the US, they'll go to Canada. They now come back on the same hand and now use those countries that don't have democratic principles as a yardstick that this country shut down Twitter. Now, do you know the mockery part of it? Nigerians have been tweeting. Even some governmental agencies have engaged Nigerians after the ban of Twitter on the same Twitter. What an irony of a state, of a government that does not know its onion. In disseminating the ban of Twitter, the Ministry of Information and Communication used the same Twitter to disseminate the same information. So it shows that the people are using double standard on the principle that you can't uphold internet, not be black man get internet. You can't. You cannot. So now Facebook shut down the same tweets, the same comments that Twitter shut down. So the government should shut down Facebook. So Facebook owns WhatsApp. So the government should be diligent enough to also shut down WhatsApp. You see, when you have people that are not sound, that don't know their left from their right, and always feel because of ego that they are right, that you are governmental position and you take a decision means you are always right. No. Now there was attack in other parts of the country. So the attack going on, was it as a result of tweets that resulted in that attack? He even went on to show his level of intelligence by saying it was Twitter that made the NSAS to go haywire, to escalate. It is a false accusation. What made the NSAS to escalate was the fact that the indigenes have been reporting of the attitude of the police 10 years ago, and the report by the same government of Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria, that these are the problems, these are the inquiries we've made. Government set up committee, and the committee came up with solution. The solution was not implemented 10 years after. So in comparison of that scenario to what actually happened in developed world, where there's the use of social media and Twitter to communicate and engage in terrorist attack, and then engaging Twitter, it's two different scenarios. It's walked apart. So when you check the context of how it was being used in these two instances, so you cannot come to the public and tell people who are sound in mind that US government wanted to do this. They want to shut down Twitter. No, the reason why they shut down Twitter was based on ego, and the world have seen that they have nothing to give to other part of the world, and the atrocities they've been engaged in. So those are the basic facts that we should know, and that is just the truth. And let me tell you another statistical trend. For any time a country shuts down Twitter, Twitter is richer than Nigeria. If you check their net worth, they have board of directors cut across the continent. So now the point is, the truth still remains that for any time Twitter is shut, people surrounding the continent of the country where it's shut tend to ask more questions and patronize Twitter. So on a reverse marketing technique, Twitter is always selling, because people always bypass those countries to also work and patronize Twitter. Even Chinese, outside Chinese residents, patronize Twitter even more than their local network. So how many of Chinese network or social media platforms do you have in Nigeria? But you have Chinese cut across the world, including Hong Kong, that uses the same local network. So indirectly on reverse marketing, they are publicizing for Twitter.
Okay, we'll come back. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Wonderful one. Okay.
Mr. Christian,
good morning, sir.
I hope you are
I
hope you are getting ready to go to United African Republic. I hope you are getting ready.
There's no such thing as United African Republic.
It's
a delusion.
It's a delusion.
Yeah.
You know, anything that is a delusion like that in Nigeria may likely come to pass.
Like what are the things that have come to pass that were delusions in the past?
They said there was nothing like fuel. There was nothing like fuel subsidy. Now they said, you know what happened? I said because they removed fuel subsidy. They said it was a scam then.
So I know what it would be wonderful if they turn the country to United African Republic. Good morning. How have you been?
Well, we thank God.
It's been long that I've seen you.
No, the last time I came was on Thursday. On Friday I was here. It actually rained. Okay. I didn't actually know whether.
Let's talk about Tibu Joshua, the demise of Tibu Joshua.
Well, a big Iroko has fallen. An epitome of a symbol of someone that emulates given. He gave to everyone, every tribe. It does not. Is not the type that's sectionalized. He gives to the Muslim, he gives to the traditional ruler, he gives to the Christendom. Well, it's a big loss. Among all the pastors we've ever had in Nigeria, TB Joshua is the most criticized. Pastor we've ever had in Nigeria. But still, he was not offended. But he was doing what he knows how to do best. He was giving, showing love. There's one statement he normally says, he said, love your neighbor as yourself. You understand? And he preached that to the extent of the point of his death. He even gave. My little advice to the pastors in the house, the bishop and every other thing, it is high time that the pastors should now begin to check their medical status. Because when there's a certain level you will get to at the age of 40, you must know your medical status.
But there's nothing God cannot do. There's no sickness God cannot heal.
Well, there are mysteries. There are mysteries behind everything. What I'm telling you is that a lot of the pastors are not checking their medical status. Why am I saying they are not checking their medical? They believe that with God all things are possible. With God all things are possible. Listen, the body, if you check in the Bible, there was a time that Jesus went to rest. There was a time he needed to calm down. And this alone is a warning to the Christendom that the pastors now should now be they should create time, have time to rest and relax their nerves. That's my take about that particular.
Onion market has threatened the supply to South from today.
Well, that's their own cup of tea. If they stop,
most of us cannot do without onions.
If they stop, we will get another means.
What other means?
We can import from Benin. We can import from other states. It shouldn't be from the north.
You import onions?
It shouldn't be from the north. We will start cultivating. We will start cultivating in the south. Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened on the Facebook? Did you see how they slaughtered people in Bagon, in Oyo State? Did you see how they kill people? How long are we going to remain in a country where they are slaughtering our people? In fact, I began to shed tears when I saw the way they macheted people, the way they killed people. It's quite painful. It's quite irritating to see your fellow human being killed like an animal. And our president is not addressing these issues. And this is what Nigerian Constitution is talking about. You understand? This is what Nigerian Constitution is talking about.
How long will we keep on calling on the president? How long will we keep on calling on the president? And he's doing nothing, and people are dying every day.
When you go against the president of Nigeria, you understand? They are going to sanction you. All power. The Nigerian Constitution is 40. That constitution is amended to favor some certain parts, to favor the rich, to favor the powerful people. The president, as it is in Nigeria, is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. That means he controls the police, the air force, the army, everything. He controls everything. So, if the president, as a father of the nation, cannot address issues, it's going to escalate. When the president came into power, I would like to remind you, he said, I am for nobody. He said, I am for nobody and for everybody. But the reverse is the case. Have you ever seen the president attacking the Fulani herdsmen? Have you ever seen him talking against them? This is just to tell you that they have an agenda and they are playing a script, and that script will not come to pass. People are shouting. The situation, the tension is high. Rather, we heard that they want to change Nigeria's name to United Africa Republic. Where in the world? Is it because we are only China? When we change our name, would we pay back the debt? That is why they stopped international passport. They are not. If you check, if you want to renew your international passport, you can no longer renew it. This is just to tell you that they have an agenda, they have a script. And if we Nigerian does not stand up to fight this issue,
in what way?
We are going to stand up to fight this way.
In what way?
Number one, just what the Biafran are saying. They said they want to go. The Oduduwa said they want to go. The Southwest said they want to go. As a father, what is he supposed to do? He is supposed to call everybody. Where did I offend you? They will have their view, but the president is not that. He's only supporting one side, and that will split Nigeria more.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have MC Grammar with me, the legend himself.
Yes, my brother. Good morning, Nigeria's diaspora. This is MC Grammar. Just like I said, I don't have to talk too much today. Let me go straight to the point.
Onion marketers threatening to stop supply to South from today.
Okay, onion marketer, who cares if they stop? God punish them. That's the truth. Who cares if onion marketers stop to supply onions to us? Do you understand me? I don't know what is wrong with Nigeria. Okay, what would even warrant them to think of such a thing that they want to stop supply the southerners onions? Can you imagine? When we have other onions
Everything comes from the north.
coming from, where we have other onions.
Tomato comes from the north.
Uh-huh.
Rice from the north.
Yes.
Yam from the north.
Okay.
Onion from the north.
Okay.
So
Now listen, let me tell you something. You see, the problem we used to have in this country is this: if they say they will stop supplying onions, they will tell them we will stop giving them oil. Are they mad? Is it not oil they are feeding on? They are feeding on the oil of the.
Oil is for the federal government.
What is federal government? Okay, now onions who's who? Okay, who is federal government? Who is federal government? Now you are having onions from your own side. Now you say you want to stop it. Then me, if I'm from south, I will tell you I will not give you oil again. So you people should not come to my land again. That's the truth. So if you want to do it that way, everybody can easily say I'm not doing this for Nigeria again. Are they mad? See, let me tell you something. That is why I keep saying this. When you see people clamoring for Biafra, they know the reason why they are clamoring. Not because of selfish interest, but because of these reasons. Can you imagine one stupid idiot waking up one day telling us he wants to stop supply of onions? God punish your father there. Go with your onions. Sometimes, bros, give me cold water. I need to drink cold water. Because when I'm hungry, I drink cold water and I relax. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't understand why people will just come up one day to say they want to stop supply of onions to us. For what reason? But now let's look at it in the real aspect of it. You see, when you look at it very well, for them to say that, they have a reason. Then the reason why they said it, I can understand. The reason is because they are foolish. That's the reason why they said it. If they are not foolish, how could you just sit down in a country whereby we are managing you people? Hausas don't know that we are managing them. Both Yoruba and Igbo, we are managing them. And you come and say you want to stop the supply of onions. Now, I can easily say I want you people to stop taking my oil. Imo State too will say I want federal government to stop taking my oil. And so what is your problem? And you know the funniest thing about this country, nobody is cautioning them. But sometimes I look at that in this way. It is not as if they want to say it. These Hausas are so intelligent that they know that everybody in Nigeria are clamoring for their own country. The Oduduwa is clamoring. The Biafrans is clamoring. So they like to bring out a news that we'll talk about. They like a story that all of us will start debating. All of us will start talking about. And that's exactly what they just did. So that when they say we'll start supplying you people onions, we will start crying again.
Okay, let's talk about TB Joshua.
Okay, well, TB Joshua, unfortunately for the young man, he's dead. But I, for a person, I never liked him for once. Let's say the truth. Spiritually, I know TB Joshua. So if you Nigerians don't know him, comedy, knows TB Joshua very well. TB Joshua is a spiritualist. Not when you say people should die. But aside from that, there's always a saying, when somebody's dead, respect the dead. So I don't want to dangle into the other side of TB Joshua. But let me dangle into the good side of TB Joshua. Because TB Joshua will be greatly missed. He's a giver. He's a giver. I love him for that. Let me tell you something. When you criticize somebody, you must have something to say good about the person. For the fact that I don't like TB Joshua does not mean there are no other areas that TB Joshua is not good. I want to say it generally. When you come to the whole world, when you come to Nigeria, the whole Nigeria, I've never seen a pastor as generous as TB Joshua. No pastor is so generous like TB Joshua. That's the truth. Then the second one, TB Joshua is very simple. He's very simple. He's not a guy that lives a flamboyant life. These are the things we are going to miss about TB Joshua. Because all of us know very well that the way TB Joshua has been taking care of his churches. Okay, just imagine Let me just imagine in quotes that you are somebody that looks for help and you get to Chibi Joshua's church and they happen to give you 150,000. You will be grateful in your life to Chibi Joshua. So please, let us not take it away from him. In as long as I disagree with him in some areas, but I also like him in some areas. Number one, TB Joshua is a giver. Number two, TB Joshua is simple, and that is what I will greatly miss about him. But I want to say this finally, that God Almighty will reward him according to what he has done on earth. If he did good, God should reward him. If he did bad, God should reward him. But all I know is that TB Joshua will be greatly missed. Thank you very much.
Wonderful from Mr. MC Grammar. I have Mr. Oloki. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. God bless you.
Edo no be Lagos.
Edo no be Lagos. God bless the viewers, reviewers, everybody, crew, chairman of Philip TV, and Mr. Chris. God bless you. Live long.
Onion marketers, they threaten to stop supply of onions to South. Are we going to suffer?
For me, if they stop, we are going to suffer because of our own selfishness, not to go to farm and make onions on ourselves. I could remember when some of these, the northern farmers, that was last 3 months or last 4 months, stop all food from the north to southwest or to south. They are demanding for 100 billion. At the end, federal government went and gave them some money, which I couldn't remember the figure. So everybody now is doing 419. And the South people are supposed to sit down and plan. Do you think onions cannot germinate in the southwest or south or southeast? Because it's wrong for us to be demanding everything from the north. And they are not paying taxes. They are not paying levy to federal government. Federal government collect oil money from Niger Delta and give it to all these small states. And it's very, very wrong. It's time for us to sit down and go back to farm. Yes, if I have opportunity to go to farm, I'll go to farm. Because now we only sit in the south and wait for not to bring everything one day. That's how they will stop beans, stop rice, stop other things. They will be crying foul. It's wrong. Let the south, let them go with their onions for my own. Let them stop onions. We'll find a way. There are some people in Nigeria that don't eat onions.
Is there any alternative to onions?
There's alternative. Let them stop it.
What is the alternative?
The alternative is that if they stop it, it will force the south to go and plant onions. And two, before then, we can still have revenue to get onions. We can get onions for Benin Republic. We can get onions for other country. Nigeria, they still import onions today. If you go to all these big houses, are they eating Nigeria's onions? They eat for the onions. So what I'm telling you, if the North want to stop everything, not coming to the South, let them stop it. It will learn for us to think and go to farm.
Okay, let's talk about Twitter ban. What job are going to be? There will be job losses. It's going to affect the economy. You buy that idea?
Yes, for me. You see, I think that's what I say. You can see now all Nigerians, they're only talking for media. Nobody's protesting. Nobody's coming out. It's like they're enjoying it. We are doing our own we can do here. And Nigeria is supposed to come out and protest. I could remember that time they almost banned that in China or Hong Kong. All Hong Kong citizens came out and protest. But today, we only government will continue expressing us because we don't know our right. That's what I mean. We're supposed to come out. You see, people are sitting their home talking. Let's protest. By the time the only thing our government understand is protest, strike. Let everybody strike. But then you strike and protest, just like what happened in SARS. Today, our government have not comfortable in that SARS. By the time we come out, give a date that on that June 12th, all Nigeria will come out to fight for these tweeters. Government will force to do that. But let me tell you, who are the people doing this thing? I told you, not Buhari. Because Buhari doesn't know what the meaning of tutors. I don't understand me. Ask Lai Mohammed number 1, Malami number 2, Femi Adechi number 3. All this set of, how will I call it? All this Kaba. We all know the Kaba. These are the people supposed to be calling their names. That's why I'm calling their names. They are the people behind. They are the people who Asorok. Buhari doesn't know who is it tweeting to who. Buhari doesn't know anything. Because he's a weak president, he's a analog president, he's a president that cannot address his children. So I don't think he knows about the tutors. So I blame the Secretary of Government, I blame Lai Mohammed number 1, I blame, how can you be arresting those who are using tutors? Are you aware Nigeria is even faster than them?
Malami said that they should
don't, you see, Malami is the problem of this country. I expect all the lawyers to get up. Everybody's looking docile. Everybody just, oh my goodness, Nigeria before, under Obasanjo, look at the protest, higher protest, under Goodluck Jonathan, under good other protests, but this time around, I believe some people are the ones sponsoring protest that time. Go to 7, we know their name. Tinubu is among, all of them is among. But today they are big power now. Nobody's talking anything again. Bakare is there now. Oh my goodness, this country is going down. I'm not happy at all. So, Buhari, this government, APC government, they are failure of this part. They are failure. And what pains me is that people that God supposed to remove for this, they move. Just remove them. It's not removing them. Removing people like, oh my goodness, I don't know. God, please help us. Remove those leaders. We don't need them. Remove them, whether you want to take them to heaven or take them to hell. Remove them. We don't need them. God, I can wish a whole 200 million Nigerians are suffering under just one person. It's wrong. Buhari, please, go. We don't need you. Even the vice president, we expect that can be able to even direct the president too. The man is not sick. The man is sick. President is sick. What is the problem? No young man there. All of them are old peoples. Okay. Sorry. Yes. In the death of one of our pastors. Oh my goodness. So now, our pastors. Let me give you an example. I watched him yesterday. He knew he wanted to die. He said, I'm going, cannot return. After preaching, he was preaching. Not even rest. He knew that he wanted to die. I watched the program in one a place like that. He knew he wanted to die. There are so many words he was speaking, he was bringing out. If you understand, you know that this man is going. And he's gone. But let me tell you, it's a warning to all these pastors and our leaders. God, please, I'm begging you, remove those leaders who is suffering us. Remove them. I mentioned Buhari. Remove him, let him go and take him to somewhere where we don't see for life and anywhere. That's the life. We don't need them. Thank you very much.
Yeah, before I receive Mr. Matthew, Mr. Okeke from the United States, thank you very much. A big thank you to Mr. Okeke. Dr. Okeke from the United States. He did something for some of the reviewers last week. We are saying a big thank you. We appreciate you. And John Utomi also, we say a big thank you. We appreciate your kind gestures to the people here this morning. I have Mr. Matthew with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Matthew, let's look at the economic disadvantage that comes with the banning of Twitter.
The economic disadvantage is enormous. Nigeria is already counting losses as a result of the ban. Because already 4.4 billion naira in how many days?
2 days.
So you see that the government of Nigeria, they are not reasoning. Because you look at what impact with your policy, with your decision, with your fiat have on the economy before you take a decision. This decision by all standard is anti-people, is anti-democratic, is against all known norm of democratic system. And only yesterday, the Attorney General of the Federation, Minister of Justice, Malami, said that they will start prosecuting Nigerians who are bypassing network using VPN to get to Twitter.
I think he's right by that statement.
Pardon?
He's right by that statement.
He's totally wrong. I will tell you why. You see, if you look at the way Nigerian democracy is, the legal rule that says that there shall be no punishment without a law apply here. And if you look at the principle that only the law can define a crime and prescribe punishment is a fundamental part of Nigerian constitutional jurisprudence. That takes us to the relevant section of the constitution that deals with it directly. Look at section 36, subsection 12 of the 1999 constitution as amended. It says that you cannot prosecute anyone of an offense that is not known to law.
Yeah.
Now the question is, under what law do you intend to prosecute Nigerians who are violating the ban of federal government? Then again, look at it from another angle. You see that Nigerians, what you are seeing currently is civil disobedience. Because a situation where a government that is supposed to be legitimate has given an order and its citizens are violating it with happiness, even telling government that they should build prison, that they are ready to go to jail. It tells you that it was not a popular decision and opinion from the government. It tells you that Nigerian citizens are already seeing Nigerian government as an illegitimate government. Because if your citizens are openly violating your order, it tells you that there is something wrong with that country. Then again, I salute the courage of Sirap. I salute the courage of Fadana for showing resolve, like Michael Zekeme too, for showing the resolve to join issue with federal government in ECOWAS court and in Nigerian court, to press home on the government to ventilate their case in court so that the court will eventually ask government to rescind this unconstitutional move. Because from what I made understand, Sirap is going to ECOWAS court today to institute a legal action against federal government. Then again, it is just because the judiciary workers are on strike. There's little they can do in Nigerian court. But now notwithstanding, I salute their courage. Then I think the government should save itself of further embarrassment. Because look at the trajectory of the events that have triggered this Twitter ban in Nigeria. Every well-meaning individual globally, all well-known good organizations in the world have spoken loudly against the decision of Nigerian government. Joe Biden has spoken against it. Joe Biden even went as far as atomizing the economic impact it will have on Nigerian economy. European Union has spoken against it. British government through the High Commission in Nigeria has spoken against it. Canadian government through the High Commission in Nigeria has spoken against it. Sweden through the High Commission in Nigeria has spoken against it. So what I'm trying to say is the opinion of well-meaning individuals globally and organizations have shown that what Nigerian government is doing is crude, is anti-democratic, it is a kind of, you are trying to repress the people. Because going by Nigerian constitution, you are supposed to allow the people to have freedom. In fact, the constitution talks about freedom of expression, freedom of information, freedom of press. And this is the area the government is trying to muzzle the citizens. And unfortunately, this same government of Muhammadu Buhari undeservedly rose to power through the wings of social media, Twitter inclusive. So if at the time he was propagating his idea, he was running his campaign, he used Twitter to garner votes, to garner support. So is it not better for him to look at areas where Twitter operation is helping the country, the economy generally, And if you look at the area of benefit of Twitter in Nigerian economy, in Nigerian society, is far it outweigh whatever negative impact he think he's looking at. I think the government and Mr. President to swallow their pride, because this is a show of shame that the government is ridiculing itself before the whole world.
Okay, within 2 minutes, just talk about the supply of onions to the south that will be stopped by today from the north.
If there is abrupt destruction of onion to the south, definitely it will lead to shortage of onion in the south. But that notwithstanding, as human being, there is this potential of adapting. So the people in the south, if there is no onion, they will seek for alternative. But in the interim, there may be shortage of it. But I think it will prepare farmers to look inward and start farming it. Then I don't know whether the death of the TB Joshua, because for me, when things like this happen, I think it calls for sober reflection. It's unfortunate. There's nothing we can do as human. Death is too bad, to the extent that even Jesus Christ had the power, the mandate to raise death. When Lazarus died, the Bible says he wept. So to that extent, death is bad. But again, when things like this happen, it calls for sober reflection. It's a time we should do personal self-appraisal. It's a time you should ask yourself, if death should come knocking, what is my hope of eternity? It's a time to reconcile yourself back to God. Because whether we like it or not, death is a necessary end to all mankind. It happens in two ways. It's either as TB Joshua have died, or people will be alive to witness rapture. Whichever is the case, every human being have that responsibility to render sea worship to his maker, which is the Almighty God.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. I have with me a young brother. Good morning, Mr. Rewan. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm fine.
As a young man and as a Nigerian,
Yes.
can we look at the effect of Twitter ban on the economy in Nigeria?
Now, when Twitter took their head office to Ghana,
Okay.
am I right? Everybody was complaining. Am I right? That we have over 33 million active Twitter users in Nigeria. As I'm talking, it's a fact. Twitter took their headquarters to Ghana. This is what they saw. We have an intolerant government. How did they become president? How did Buhari even through protests, through social media, through Twitter? Now they took down your tweet. What is the tweet about? You are remembering the Igbo people of what happened, the genocide that happened to them. They have to take down the tweet because it can cause something in this nation. The president of USA, the former president, Donald Trump, Twitter took down his tweet. Did he ban Twitter in USA? No. President, they didn't ban you, they took that. Now, who did they consult? He banned Twitter in the whole of Nigeria. And can I tell you this? People are still tweeting.
Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation,
Yes.
said they should arrest and prosecute Nigerians that are still tweeting.
If Nigeria is a normal country, Malami will be a charge and bail lawyer. If Nigeria is a normal country, Malami can only be a charge and bail lawyer.
Why are you saying so?
Why do I say so? Which law, I mean constitutional law, that gives him the right to say they will prosecute or they will arrest people that are 20. That law is not in the constitution, unless the lawmaker will make the law tomorrow, because they resume from Tuesday to Thursday. As at now, show me the constitution. There's no part of that constitution that says, as I'm talking now, arrest anybody that is tweeting.
How is the Twitter ban affecting Nigerians now?
According to statistics yesterday, it's a fact. Nigeria has lost over 2 billion. As at yesterday, I'm not telling you about now. Now it is 4.4 billion naira. Now, in a country where there is no job, Nigeria has the highest number of youth that are not working in the whole world. 35% of youth in Nigeria. I'm not saying everybody.
In the whole world?
Yes, I'm talking now. They are not working. Now you are banning Twitter. This is a source of income. I mean the youth. I say there's youth restiveness. These are the way they are making their money. You ban Twitter. Let us see.
Okay, one more question. The south, the onion market has threatened to stop supply of onion to the south.
This is a wake-up call to our southern government. All of them are just joking. They are playing. Who told you we cannot make, as in we can't plant and harvest onions, even all the old food in the south? Who told you? But all of them are just CEO, governors, take security bills, take everything they sleep. They are docile. In this nation, the north is holding everybody to ransom.
Yeah, because virtually everything
Comes from the north.
Right.
That's what who told us that we in the south can't plant something. Who told us? Where is the law in Nigeria? Where everybody is just it's normal thing. If they say they are not bringing anything, everybody start getting jittery. So the time they were not bringing any food, everything cost inflation in the market in the south here. It's not supposed to be so. And let me pass this message. They are not doing us any favor. We are paying for the onions. It's not for free. You understand? Nobody has a monopoly of anything in this nation. Nigeria belongs to everybody. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Efik, Yoruba. Nigeria belongs to everyone. Nobody has monopoly of anything. The southern governors should wake up. They should better wake up.
Okay, thank you very much. A wonderful and boisterous one. Wonderful guy, wonderful guy. Mr. David, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. Good morning to you, Mr. Christian.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Fine. Yeah.
And a happy new week to you.
Yeah, same to you. Now let's look at the economic implication of Twitter on Nigerian youth.
Mr. Aviliwa said it all. You all know the implication it should do on us. Still, Nigeria is battling with unemployment. We have rising unemployment, and now you've deprived so many millions of people who make means of livelihood. Now, just like what I read it too. That as at yesterday, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics said 35 million youths are unemployed, and now from Saturday till now, Nigerian government has lost 4.1 billion naira just because the ban of Twitter. And now, why can't you think inward? Why can't you swallow your pride? Why can't you let go whatever tweets you did? And now Twitter has decided to bring the tweet down. Why can't you put down your side and let the interests of Nigerians be the main focus on why you are the president? You cannot allow your interests just lord over us. Now Nigerians are really going through mess. Sometimes I sit alone and ask myself that how did we get here? Who brought us to this level? Whereby a man who is not fit to even rule a poultry farm is the one piloting the affairs of over 200 million Nigerians.
Are we just realizing that now in 2015?
We've realized that ago, and now a very long time ago, that the president is not fit to even rule, to even become a chairman in his local government. Let alone him piloting the affairs of over 200 million Nigerians now. Now, of what use would you say the president has done extremely well for us in terms of infrastructure zero? Now, the thing Nigerians now doing now, freedom of speech. Now, you want to deprive us of our freedom of speech in the democratic settings. Now, why do you think Egypt is under military regime now? Still now, Apple still had his own headquarters there in Egypt, despite Nigerians are mostly users of these apples. The same thing, you deprived us. You deprived Twitter of citing their headquarters here in Nigeria. This is what will happen because Twitter had foreseen all this. You cannot take us to 1960, 1923 era, a primitive stage whereby people opinion will not be heard. This is democracy, for crying out loud. So the president and those who are advising him to do all sort of this policy, they should have a second thought of it. They know the implication. Our economy is not buoyant. Our economy is suffering, and now with this Twitter ban again, you want to deepen this hardship more. I want to commend Femfalano and co who have stood up, want to challenge this Twitter ban. It will be held in court very soon. So I think the president on his own, on his own, if he thinks he cannot rule the affairs or pilot the affairs of this country again, let him step aside and let capable one rule it.
Where do you see this Twitter ban war? Where do you see it going?
Where do I see it going?
Yeah.
I don't get. Can you recap your question?
How is it going to end?
How is it going to end?
Yeah.
How is it going to end? Nigeria should win the war. Nigeria should win the war. He will be forced. He will be forced to reverse the ban. He will be forced because it is not what he wants. It is what Nigerians want. This is democracy. The government belongs to us. We voted him there to serve us, not we serving him. That is impossible. When we said we wanted Nigerians don't want SARS again, what happened? Did we win the war? Now we will trip out and say enough of all this. Because Twitter brought down your own tweets doesn't mean you should not deprive me and you the access from tweeting. When Donald Trump Donald Trump account was deactivated from Twitter. Twitter did not just bring down his own tweet. Twitter blocked him. Up to now, Donald Trump is not in Twitter. On Twitter. Why didn't Trump ban Twitter? Imagine president like everybody who cannot even tweet. A president that cannot even tweet. He's not saying because Twitter brought down his tweets now he has deprived so many Nigerians of their means of livelihood. Not just because of Twitter alone. Some people, their Twitter was influencers. They make money. They earn money through this means of life, through these tweets. We all know that. So now why would you deprive them down? And now their money there is unemployment. Now people seek create job for themselves because of your own selfish interest. You've now deprived them. You've now thrown them away from job. Because Twitter brought down your tweet now, and then Malami, who don't even fit a Sharia lawyer, is saying those that tweet or those that violate the law now where's the constitutional law that backs it now? The president is not even aware that Malami is even making a statement. The president is not even aware. You can see the logic now. Now, a public officer working under you made a statement, and the president is not able. Yesterday, Malam Nasiru Erufai tweeted, let Malami arrest Erufai because Erufai said he's happy that Twitter has been banned, and he was tweeting. Now, Malami has kept calm. Sorry, he has kept mute now. He didn't say anything. Now let him start by arresting Erufai.
Okay, let's talk about the onion that will not be coming to the south from the north. That will be banned.
Mr. Kuzachiku, that's, to me, I think that doesn't hold any. To me,
it's not important.
That should not be the headline because to me it's just senseless topic. Of what? Are we not paying for the service? If now the last time the so-called guys tried not to bring foodstuffs down to the south,
it affected us.
It affected them. It affected them.
It was inflation.
It affected them. Now their tomatoes, it went perished. It was perished. Majority of their goods. These goods are perishable goods. And now if you refuse, now we are the major consumers of this. You know, people in the south here consume majority of this thing. I personally myself, onions there food I go chop. Salt no there I will chop. It doesn't bother me. You like put onions in food, I will. You like there's no onions, I will eat. There's no pepper, I will eat. As long as I food, I don't care. So that one to me it doesn't hold. Now we should not be jittery because some set of idiots, some set of fools says it's not saying they will not supply onions. Now what if we decide to blow up the pipeline? Do you know the implication? The implication is
you can't compare onions to pipeline.
No, it's still the same thing now. No, logic. What's
one is a natural resource, one is
which no.
You can grow as a business.
What is natural resources?
The oil.
The oil. Who owns the oil? In which land is the oil situated. Good. Now, do you know the reason why majority of our farmers we don't grow, we don't produce any farm produce there? It's because the government is not giving us loan. Check them in the north. All the farmers in the north, government is giving them loan. Body is giving them money, and now he has deprived the certain farmers of such loan. Let him give us the same loan and see if we will not stop consuming their farm produce there. Now CBN now wants to roll out loans now to the farmers. Now I checked I Google most of the states now. It's a majority of from states are from the north alone. Only one state in the southwest, and which is Ekiti. In the whole of east, there's no state. In the whole of south, there's no state. And that is another resource. So, and now where is the money coming from? Is it not from sale of this oil? Now, if tomorrow we blow up the pipeline now, do you know the what implication is that even them going to Abuja to get further allocation, it will not be again. Yes. So now let's Buhari wake up. Let him wake up from a slumber. Or see if he thinks he can no longer rule us again. Let him go. Let him go, because this hardship is too much. Every day we keep on coming here just to pour out our mind, and still the government does not listen. This government doesn't give us listening ears. Every day we just shout. It's as if nothing is happening, and it's becoming worse every now and then.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. David. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. How you doing? How are you too? Yeah, keep doing the good work. Let the good work going, man.
It's been hard yesterday. What happened at Igongon?
Igongon. I'm mourning too. I have to mourn.
That's the same place that the
Seriki, that they evicted the Seriki the other time.
They killed a popular farmer.
Yeah, but I'm just so curious and I'm so hungry with all these leaders, the so-called Southwest leader, the so-called governor of Oyo State, the so-called Oba they have in that Igongon. You see, this Yoruba ethnic I belongs to, there are a lot of betrayers inside this tribe that we need to flush out, right? I was reading last week, Saturday, about this Aregbesola, the Minister for Interior. His statutory duty is to defend all the borders in this country. He's in charge of the immigration, he's in charge of the custom, he's in charge of the police. This same Aregbesola, this same man, he said people that are supporting Yoruba agitation, Yoruba Oduduwa agitation, they are all mad. I will send it back to him.
Yeah.
He should go and check his brain. He's a minister, he's comfortable now. He has all the opportunity. He started from the commissioner in Lagos State here, right? To governor in Oyo State. 8 years governor with our Commonwealth money. I think this guy should be taken to psychiatric hospital to check his brain. For him to be saying all the Yoruba agitators for Oduduwa, they are mad people. So who is mad? There was a time he packed masquerade and Christian and Muslim together in one school when he was in government there. So I don't know the leader we are producing in this Southwest. I don't know. They are all traitors. They are all selfish.
Because it happened first time?
Yes. Second time, really?
And now it's happening.
Yeah. They're supposed to be proactive. This thing happened earlier. That you went there, you evict the Seriki. You must have been expecting a reprisal, you know. So you must have prepared for all these things. But all of them, they went, and there was a general, there was a DMI retired general that came up that the foreign Fulani herdsmen has surrounded the Southwest generally. And how did these people come to be? We know the impact of the Chad government in the emergency of this president we have today. The most disastrous president we have today. I feel like shedding tears for this country because this man should be declared, a state of emergency needs to be declared on the governance we have in this country. For now, killing everywhere. In the Southeast, they still gun some people down. In Southwest, you are giving Fulani herdsmen free hands. Free hands. None of them has been arrested. But when they went to evict Wakili, you arrested all the OPC. They are still in detention in Ibadan now. Is this a one nation? Is this a one country? And you are asking me not to go. Why will I be a second citizen in my own country? And you are giving me killing policy. Now you've banned Twitter. All because of your own grievances with Twitter. You carry people along to suffer the punishment with you. And you are infringing on those people's rights for the usage of Twitter. I think this man needs to be, the state of emergency needs to be declared. And I'm still repeating it. Because I will still keep saying it. This man will not give us rest until we walk him out. Until we there must be a way out. We need to solve this problem.
What way do you think?
What way? There are ways. The National Assembly, they know what to do. They know what to do. And we now mobilize and rise up to those people that you know the needful to do for this man. Because it's been problem every day. One problem, too many. One calamity, too many. One blood shell, too many. Is this how we continue? And me, I cannot continue like that. And it's still coming with 300 per litre fuel. Multiply effect. We get to market now. Food items have risen up. Did we elect this government to come and kill us? And he has his, what would I call him? Sharia Minister for Attorney General.
Malami.
That Malami. I don't know where they brought that man from. I don't know. That same man. You see, I'm because if you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. Right? So say it the way it is. See it, say it. The way things are now in this country, I can't cope. Me personally, I can't cope with it. The Malami that is introducing Sharia law upon us, because the way I see things now is Sharia law. So anybody you see tweeting, let the security agency arrest them. What is it bringing? It's bringing chaos. Abi, into the country. You give policemen, the security men a free day to be molesting the citizen. To be molesting the citizen. And you guys said there was ESAS. Say, well, you never learned from the ESAS. You still want to invite another trouble. They still want to invite another trouble. And the way things are now, it's so glaring that this president is the president of Fulanis. Fulanis, yes, is the president of Fulanis. I want her to caution you. Okay. Because he's not treating us same. Fulani has upper hands than an average citizen.
Any final statement?
And my final statement is Nigeria should not be punished for Buhari grievances with Twitter. Buhari issue with Twitter. Nigeria should not be punished. Because it's a case of you have issue with someone and you are involving other people that doesn't know how you guys started your issue. So I'm not a part of Buhari problem with Twitter. So I shouldn't be affected. It shouldn't affect me.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, right? Thank you. Pleasure.
Mr. Sunday, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, my beautiful viewers. Oh, I love you. Nothing they happen. We love everybody. And my beautiful viewer, people that see me as one love. People that see us as important people. Because I said everybody, me, my colleagues, because of Buhari evil agenda, the life of many are still in danger, because many people are just telling me yesterday that we should stop with that thing we are talking about the government. But I tell one man to hell with him. You understand? I said to hell with him and his family. Me, my colleagues, and other people that love peace and unity, we will never fold our hand, allow Nigeria to crumble. The people in diaspora, AIT, NTA, Channel TV are not giving us what we want. Only social media that is giving us what we want is Twitter. You understand? Before, now government wake up to ban social media, to ban Twitter. It will shock you that one day Mumu Magunu Buhalia, jihadists, Malami, terrorists. That's the leader of herdsmen. And Sheikh Ugumi. They want to begin to fight against Philip TV, but anybody that want to rise against Philip TV, Holy Ghost, anybody that want to rise against Philip TV, Holy Ghost, fire. We are only here to express our feeling and concern because we cannot continue with a fake state. My brother, we need them for granted.
They should arrest and prosecute anybody using Twitter.
Anybody using Twitter?
Yes.
I dey use Twitter for my phone. No.
They will arrest you.
Who they want arrest? If they first arrest their papa, their mama, they know how Twitter come. What is their problem with Twitter? You know maybe we banned the kidnap yesterday. Eh? The police arrest any bandit in the north. The school children, one of them died in starvation. How many of you hear the news? One of those school students, 200 were kidnapped from Niger State. Some of them have died because of no food to feed them. The government is there because of say we have devil in power. Devil like Buhari and Maganu Abi, that security advisor Mumu Magalu, Garba Shehu, Malami, Adeshino. Those are the wicked people. Oshibanjo, that one, his name no dey for the list of people ruling Nigeria.
There's the vice president.
Okay, his name no dey there. Oshibanjo name no dey for that list. People control Nigeria, Oshibanjo name is not there. Oshibanjo is not there occupying the space of what? The vice president. That is why he cannot speak, he cannot talk. He talk to deaf and dumb. In your own community, he call himself a professor. A professor that don't know what is happening in the country and what is right for the citizen as a vice president. When they allow Mogolu and Malami to take over the seat of a vice president and some Yoruba people, they clap for Buhari and they happy. Why they happy before is because of Oshibanjo. No, Oshibanjo has become dry cleaner for Aso Rock. Now they watch Buhari clothes. Now they clean the house. Now they work on the money, do everything for them, and you are telling me make they happy for country. Which country are happy? If they like, make they change Nigeria to wow. Because Nigeria, all the people who are there, now ambulance be their calling very soon. You understand? Ambulance, now be their calling. And that ambulance go to shout, wow. That is the country where they want change to. Now wow, if not like, anything want to like, make they do. Other than die. Me, I know the fear that one way they talk. Because the people where they don't kill, they no plan, say they won't die. But the time God will remember this our government. United Nations, ECOWAS, AU, Nigeria government are devilish. They don't like their citizens. They only like to suffer the people and to make them starve. They take pleasure in evil in the life of their citizens. And you want me to make a country they laugh with Buhalia, I don't know his name. Abi want make a country laugh with Malami, Abi Mumu Mogolu, about the column. That is security advisor. I should be laughing with them. My problem, I only tell you, my problem is not Buhari. It's the not sad and Southeast governors. The mad people that put on the seat of power. That is always fighting for their power and their family and what they will eat. That is why individual, my brother, when I reach hospital, I see how people sick. Nobody to reach to them. If you go there, you don't have money, nobody will attend to you. Many people die in this country because of what? A little sickness that a little money can cure. But because we don't have government, all the government we have is evil government. They take pleasure in killing. They take pleasure in evil deeds. And you tell me make I smile with such people. See, my prayer that if they like, make they change Nigeria to wow, it don't concern me. They call it United African Republic. Abi? United African Republic. That is on their own pocket. This one said, because I don't tell you before that Buhari, Malami, the name of Nigeria, I said don't tire them. Because and if you call Nigeria anywhere na Balok, you know they call Balok. Now they happen for here. And the pity for my army, the army we have in the south and the southwest. I pity for the police we have because those are the people that will kill most. You understand? Our brother, I don't talk about the herdsmen. I don't talk about the Fulani people. Because the Fulani people, the Fulani police and soldiers defend their people. But when it comes to South and Southeast, they will use their hand to kill their own brother.
Any final statement?
And at the country where we want to put hand together, I hate this country called Nigeria. I hate Nigeria. I hate Buhari. I hate Malami. I hate Mongulu. I hate the Oshibanjo, because Oshibanjo, that one avoids me. He name no day for Amabi where they rule this country. Garba Shehu make himself unelected president. He turned himself the president without elected. Then you tell me we could laugh with them. Democracy in this Nigeria is crisis, not peaceful. That is why they are violating the law of the citizens. And that is why British cannot control those mad people in Asorok. Only what they will talk to buy a more tank, to buy fighter jet, to buy this one. Who they want kill? Animal. The animal they want kill, and when they clap for them, they dance with APC. They dance with all of them, they clap. Thunder. Oh, that my daddy will tell me the man no shall thunder again. God bless you. If not, they can't thunder. I go send this money. Many of them for die. Because they wish us die. And they know what make things better for us. Things no feel better for them. You know how created this country. They want to. They knew that here yesterday that they want to stop immigration for issuing passport. That people will not go out to another country again. Is there a country? This one a country. That's why they want to change the name. The money where they borrow. China no get social media again. I don't know whether they get. China collect your money for Buhari before he resign, before he intend or expire, be die. All the people for Buhari borrow money with the life of Nigeria. China collect your money, World Bank collect your money. If you don't collect them, if the line made a change to wow, we not Biafra no do what we want. We don't want wow. God bless everybody.
That was a wonder from Mr. Sunday. Mr. Chikosi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Christian.
We are still in the morning.
Yeah, Tutoma to esteemed viewers.
Okay.
I want to send my condolences to the family of Prophet T.B. Joshua, who passed on, was it on 5th of June?
Yes, okay.
It is a quick reminder to every living that we are pilgrim on earth, and the best life you can live is to make everyone around you happy, and more especially to identify with, of course, the Lord Jesus Christ, because whatever struggle, whatever achievements or lofty heights attained in this life, without Christ is a great loss. So it's also a quick reminder to the politicians, let them keep on embezzling, stealing, let them keep on intimidating people, but one day they will abandon whatever they have accumulated to their own and face the judgment.
In Iganga, the first was the Seriki was chased away from that place. Second, a popular businessman that came from London was killed. This is the third time that it's happening. 11 people have been killed in that place. What have the government of the Southwest done against these Fulani headers to stop all this?
You see, when I speak about my fellow Yoruba brothers, some gullible ones may want to tag me a sectional person or an ethnic and bigot. You see, Yoruba are not learning their lesson. You know that these people has already declared war against you. They have moved their mercenaries to different strategic advantageous regions within the Southwest, and you still go to bed with your two eyes closed. You see, it gives me greater concern if they really know what is confronting them. You see, the Iganga, I think, is where Chief Sunday Igboho hails from. Why should Chief Sunday go to sleep? In fact, I don't understand that these people are bent at overrunning your people and take up over your ancestral home, and you still go to sleep. We are in the state of anarchy. We are in the state of emergency. I mean, did they need the gods to, or maybe Ogun have not told them that? What else do they need to see? I learned that most of the KBACs, look at, they were kidnapped, and they have to pay ransom to release the KBAC in your own land, the place you called your own.
Look at the palace.
Look at palace was burnt in your own territory, in your own ancestral home, where you in your own domain, where you preside as the king. In fact, these people should be slapped. If I have opportunity, I will slap them then to get their senses back to order.
What should the government do on this kind?
It is not about the government. Which government are you waiting? The KBACs and all bars or whoever the handlet chief, they should run around and get this running for themselves. It's about their own life first. That is the fundamental, principle. The first principle of life is self-defense, given to us by God. Even at the Garden of Eden, when Adam himself saw some movement that is not familiar with him, he went and hid himself behind the tree. That is the first principle given to us by God, self-defense. And when God called Adam, where are you? I said, I heard your voice, I couldn't recognize the voice, and I went to hide. So that is the primary principle which these people are just playing with their destiny and posterity. By bit, they will keep on annihilating their own people, reducing their own life, reducing the life of their people. And with time, you see that they will have achieved their end. So the Yoruba race should, how could the hunters or whatever they call them, vigilantes, should be properly equipped and fortified, because what we are in is the survival of the fittest. If you are dull, they will overrun you. You are still waiting on the government. You are still waiting on Tinubu. Oh,
okay.
What
Onion
a pity.
market has threatened to stop supply to South from today. Already they have stopped Southeast now. They want to stop.
In fact, that is not our problem. Onion is not the problem bedeviling us. I listen to the people, some women that call themselves Northern Women Coalition or whatever. The protest they had in Abuja. I felt very sorry for these people. The so-called gullible women. I call them gullible women. They were not concerned about the height, the spike of insecurity within the north. They are not concerned about the killings from the bandits, the Boko Haram, the abduction of students in the north. They didn't mention that as one of their key agenda for organizing such protests. What they are saying that our politicians that went to the southeast were killed. How many politicians from the north that went to southeast that met their Waterloo? You can see what is happening. You left crucial issues untouched. How to address the fundamental issues. And you are just busy because, of course, they must have been paid to organize such so-called protests. You see, your people, the communal life have been disrupted and your villages have been deserted. You are not holding the government accountable, responsible for such, for the failure to protect your life and property, the life of your children, and even your husbands. And you are blaming Southeast. In fact, as somebody rightly put it, they will beg us to leave Nigerian states sooner or later.
Any final statements?
Well, for me, of course, I may want to say that it is no longer hidden that Nigeria is a lawless state. Look at what Malami was saying. A whole chief attorney general, right, or whatever he called himself. how can Nigeria move forward when you have Aboki, Malami, you have Shehu Garuba, you have Mongoro, you have the so-called Buhari, Gambare? How can things move forward? They are there to implement and establish their Sharia movement, jihad movement, which they have succeeded to, establish it within the northern region. And they are now trying to face the southern region, which of course the southwest might be the next target. But for us at the east, we are not giving room to such nonsense.
Thank you very much.
So Biafra remains the way forward. And the only answer left for us in this contraption is Biafra.
Thank you very much. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's new today? TB Joshua?
Yeah, TB Joshua, it was a sad news yesterday because I believe he died early hours of yesterday. Maybe in his sleep.
He didn't die earlier.
Early hours of yesterday, Saturday, yeah, early hours of late Saturday, yeah, yesterday. So, but my question is that, why death? Why not Attorney General of Federation? Why not Ango Abdullahi? Why not Meta last chairman? Why not Abubakar Malami? Why not CGN, the Sharia judge we have in Nigeria?
Wishing them death.
I'm wishing all of them death. These are people that has thrown this country into such unbearable insecurity for over how many months now? Years. Death. Why not Sheikh Gumi, the man that is sponsoring banditry in Nigeria? Death. Why not Abdul Salam, the man that gave his aircraft to bandits to go and kill and maim Nigerians? Why TB Joshua, a very good man, a nice crusader of Christ in the Christendom, a nice man we've known in the Christendom for how many years now? He's doing a lot of good works, visiting the poor, the widows. He changed the roofs. He gave them food. He shared food, shared money to the poor. He remembered even the pygmies, those people with shorts, He visited them. He gave them education. He remembers people. He worked for God. God used TB Joshua to bless Nigerians. Why at this time? Well, we are mourning him and we are wishing him all the best in the eternity. May his soul rest in peace. So give me whatever.
On your market has threatened to stop supply to Southeast. Are we going to suffer?
No.
South,
No. Yabas is something that is too recent in the Christendom, in the Southeast, sorry. Yabas, onions, albasas, Yoruba call it. We will still have a substitute.
What is that substitute?
Listen, we have many agricultural products or farm produce that will replace onions. I want to ask you a question. Before they bring onions into the Southeast, didn't the Easterners cultivate onions? It is because they have it at that commercial quantity in the north that makes the Igbos to fall back on yam, rice, and other farm produce. I'm telling you, if they don't supply us onions, we will still survive. But remember, we are not going to supply them oil. We are going to cut the oil pipe that lay from southern Nigeria to Kaduna.
And palm oil. These are two different things.
Palm oil is from us. Palm produce. The black gold, crude oil, is from us. Many things. We are going to supply them with all these ones I enumerated now that are coming from the southern Nigeria. So, let me tell you, if they say they are not going to supply us onions, we are going to produce onions. At commercial quantities, you will see many billionaires in southwest, southeast. They will fund mechanized agricultural system. So if anybody says he's not bringing onions to southern Nigeria, he is saying so as a result of what? Lack of information and knowledge. By the way, those people that are saying they are not going to bring down onions again, don't you question their physical ability? Physical. When a man is physically sound, he is mentally sound. What am I saying? Education. Are they educated? They don't know that if they stop supplying onions, the South will stop supplying black gold, the whole North will be what? Crumbling. No activities will be there, commercial activities, everything will be cut off in the northern Nigeria. Somebody said he will not give you alabasa or yabas. You are lamenting here. They are not enlightened people. Those are those farmers, uneducated onions vendors. They did not go to school. They don't have knowledge. We are going to fall back in this region of Southwest, and and start producing commercial quantity of onions and distribute it among us. We are going to fall back in the southeastern Nigeria. We will start producing onions in commercial quantities that will be enough for the whole southeast and south. Let me tell you, the Hausa Fulani that are lamenting about production of onions, you would have asked me, how many of them have seen the four wall of primary school? So you don't need to be bothered. Don't bother yourself. They are not informed. Give me the major question, man.
Saying that arrest and prosecute anybody using Twitter as from this moment.
Twitter, Abi?
Yeah.
The ban on Twitter is an eyesore across the world. They condemn it. Canada, UK, America, Korea, everybody in the world, they kick against it. And it's now that it's obvious that Nigeria is running Islamic government. We are running Sharia law here.
Sharia
what
law?
they are trying, yes, installing Nigerian Sharia law.
In what way?
In what way? Sharia law, let me tell you. Sharia law says no to Western civilization, no to Western education. If you're on television, there's certain things they don't allow you to watch there. Sharia law says no to women putting on trousers. While women putting on trousers is an imported culture from Western world. So that's why I target Sharia law. Do you think that CGN of Nigeria, Chief Justice of Nigeria, what is the name of that man? Is it Tango Abdullahi or Bello Mohammed? He's not happy with people, women putting on trousers, because the only education he knew, he obtained very well, is Arabic education, Islamic law, rules and law and regulations. So that's why I said I target Sharia law. You understand? They don't like Western civilization, and they are doing so out of ignorance. You are banning Twitter. Are you the owner of that company? Nigeria, can you manufacture ordinary bicycle? You are banning Twitter, a good work that someone did for the whole world to become what? A global village. For what? Easier interaction, medium of communication. You are saying you are going to ban it. Are you the one who manufactured it? And I want to tell you, you ban Twitter. You don't know anything, that's why you ban Twitter. Let me tell you, there's an app in your system, VPN. If you download VPN as an app, you can tweet. You will change Nigeria internet provision service. So you start as if you are tweeting from USA. Any message you send, you will see it now. It says sent from USA while you're in Nigeria. So they don't know what's up. Malami doesn't know what's up. He doesn't know. Buhari doesn't know what's up. Now, conclusive statement is that you didn't ask me what is going on in Ganga community or your state. We are scores. We are killed last night. Midnight attack. Fulani, they attack these people as a result of what? Revenge, reprisal. So what happened to them early this year? So they came killing, maiming at midnight yesterday. So let me tell you, it is too obvious that southwestern governors have failed. Sanwo-Olu has failed. Biodun Makinde has failed. The other one in Ogun State, he has failed. Akeredolu himself, Ekiti State Governor Fayemi, is always laughing and smiling. He's happy with what is going on because what? There is money, there is enough things for his family. Education-wise, all his children are not in Nigeria. So you people should go to hell. So let me tell you, the whole governors in Southwest, they are enjoying the booty, or you call it loot, with the Fulani, with their Fulani masters at Aso Rock. Now, nobody has taken precautionary measure. Now that souls were lost, they will wake up because hundreds of souls have gone. Now, they have approved joint operation of Amoteku. Maybe, anyway, this time around, they're going to sign sophisticated weapon for them. It is no longer then gone affair. Okay. They killed many in the Ganga community in Oyo State. Okay. Those people that were killed, you want to tell me they're not human beings? How many of them now, soldiers and Nigerian police, are running after or going after? If it is ESN, fighting herdsmen, if it is IPOB, fighting herdsmen, you will see the whole Nigerian police. Uzodimba will invite Nigerian army, military operation into his father's land. I have this thing to say. Everybody should step up in the southwest too, because they are succeeding on installing Islam here, Islamic State of Nigeria. That is their own agenda. They started it in 1804. It was Osman Dan Fodio's ideology, and they are trying to perfect it. Everybody should wake up. Okay. It is beyond ethnic sentiment, ethnic line. This is for you and I. If Christendom should wake up in Nigeria now, we are going to stop these people that are trying to rename Nigeria Islamic Republic of Nigeria to Fiakwa.
Thank you very much. Wonderful one from Mr. Very wonderful one.
Good morning, everybody. I still remain your humble servant, Charles Isichikoyodi.
What's your response to the killing in Iganga? Killing of Yoruba citizens?
My brother, from it has been said, and for a long time, a warning has been issued to most of these Yoruba people that these people are coming in. They are coming in, but they are not listening. You see, now coming in contact with what they are saying, like what do you call it? Iganga in one of the Yoruba's land. Definitely, the arrest has been made. You cannot tell me that the Yorubas have been issued a warning that they should do what? That they should take a precautionary measure that these people are coming in. So it shouldn't come to them as a surprise.
Okay.
It shouldn't come to them as a surprise that they came in and they slaughtered most of the people there.
It should be a surprise.
It shouldn't be a surprise because a warning has been issued to them. You know, I could remember 30th of last month, a warning has been issued to them that these people are coming in, they want to come in, why not take a precautionary measure? Okay, we are talking in essence now, one of the head in Yoruba land was arrested and they were asking for a ransom before they would release that man. Tell me, how on earth will you allow someone to come to your territory and get someone arrested and kidnap someone and they are demanding ransom from you? It means that you are not prepared. You are not doing your homework. You are not doing what is right. The Yorubas are, I don't know what to say about the Yorubas. They are not doing what is right for them. They are just sleeping over. Sunday, I think that was his community. A community that was laid down just yesterday, 11 people were killed. You cannot tell me that they are doing a lot of things to harness that massacre of people. Definitely the whole thing has been said to them that they should take a precautionary measure that these people are coming in. So it's not a surprise, my brother. It's not a surprise. They should just go in.
What should they do in that area?
My brother, I don't think what should be done has been said to them. Why not invite, like you have some gangs of people, like you call them Amatekun. What are they doing? What are the functions of Amatekuns? What are they? Forget about government in this issue. The government has just failed us. You and I know that we don't have government. You and I know that you can wake up tomorrow morning and you find out that you are no more. You and I know that you can be walking along the street and someone will just get you arrested on no account. Meanwhile, those people stealing millions are there. Definitely, what they're supposed to do, they know what to do. They know what is right for them. Amatekuns are there. Some security gangsmen, as in they should just, why not equip a lot of men to fight others like the IPOB members are doing peacefully. The IPOB, let me tell you, if it were in the north that something like this happened, definitely you'll find out that the whole military men will be, nobody will be there. But go to south, go to south, go to south, go to southeast. A lot of things will be happening. They will kill someone in the south, in the east. You find out that they are still killing those people that were mourning their the ones that were killed. What kind of government are we talking about? So definitely, my brother, what they're supposed to do is just to put some, equip some young men.
Call on the federal government.
Why do we have federal government right now? I don't think we have federal government, my brother. The federal government that just failed us. My brother, you don't have to tell me that we have federal government right now. The only government we have is what you call self-defense. I also learned that the Hausa people are trying not to send what we call it onions to the east. My brother, I will ask you this question. If you ask most of our brothers that are staying abroad, if you go to abroad today, here in Nigeria, we are using palm oil, right, to cook. Ask them, most of them, once they travel, they use tomato as a substitute. As what? In terms of, if you don't have what you call...
that they don't use onions.
My brother, that's not what I'm talking about. Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. Believe me, as long as... Trust my Igbo people. Trust them. Billionaires are there that can run mechanized agriculture, that people will start yielding profit and making money. The only problem we are having in the eastern, because of these onions of the thing you are talking about, is that we just rely on the north people, on the northerners, for them to be supplying all those things. If not, you cannot tell me that we, the easterners, we are not producing onions. Definitely, what we should do now is to go back to a drawing board, begin to cultivate our onions. Those people in the, like I said, when you meet those people abroad, Here in Nigeria, they normally use palm oil to cook. But once you travel, there's something like palm oil there. They use tomato in place of palm oil. There must be a substitute, my brother.
Okay.
We cannot die.
Any final statement?
And my final statement is, my brother, the federal government we are into, I'm so sorry to say that we don't have federal government. What we are having now in Nigeria is Sharia law, Sharia government. The government have just fed everyone. And they believe me, like some hours ago, a great man of God died here in the name of Apostle or Prophet T.B. Joshua, a great man. Why not learn a lesson from such a man? Why not learn that today you could be here, tomorrow you might be no more? Why not learn a lesson? You know, they should continue stealing money. Tomorrow they will find out that all I know, I have never seen a man that died. Once you are burying the man, all the millions he accumulated in the world, you put it there. It's 6 feet between you and your casket. You go there, you go down. Somebody like T.B. Joshua, who has helped the less privileged, who has done what for a man like that to have given a ghost and to have lost his life. What about you, a common man? I call you a common man, not because you are common, but you are a common man, being man in the government and you are embezzling money. Continue stealing. Tomorrow you find yourself that you are dead. Thank you very much.
Let that lady.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma.
I was so surprised that Lagos are so afraid. Even they are afraid that you people are afraid here. In Kano, we are not afraid like this. I live Kano.
What is your name, ma?
My name is Sarah.
Okay.
I live Kano day before yesterday, Saturday. In fact, we don't have problem. But when I enter Lagos, I was even afraid that whether I should go back to Kano. This morning, I interviewed one outside guy. He entered to our estate there, Yellow Day, and I called the guy. So I said, why? What is happening in Kano? You see me in a dress like this, he attend to me. I said, what is happening in Lagos? That they are killing, and we are just sending bad news. That for Kano, we have rest of mind down here. He said that Boko Haram has entered Lagos. That day before yesterday, for power line there, that two Fulani boy caught Niger boy. That they now found out, they find the boy. The boy refused to locate the rest. So when they pulled fire for his leg, the guy now confessed. They now go to Abatio to go and bring 4 Fulani boy there. So for Lagos, now if he hang and started talking story, this one told story, this one we're making story, the story cannot solve the problem. That will take action, because all these our Hausa people, they pretend. It's not all that is Fulani. In Kano, those people that kidnap, it's Boko Haram that send them. You understand? They send Fulani to be leading cow to the road. When they lead cow to road, they will not surround all the motor. That's how they will lead all of them to.
So they are working with those leading cows.
The Fulani boys, they are working with the cow. So when they now lead them to bush, all the ones that have money, the ones people that they don't have money, they waste them. That's the Kaduna, we don't Kaduna to this thing. You understand? Now for Kano now, nobody can enter motor to Kaduna. From Kaduna to Abuja is a problem. They will kidnap. You understand? So a lot of the guys, they are Fulani guys that they caught, one police caught. He comes to Kaduna from Menta to come and buy gun. Who sent there? So he called the name of Boko Haram. Okay? So those people, they are working with Boko Haram, because it's very hardly. Before you just see Fulani, just enter somebody and not start killing. They don't do it. Fulani, they are very educated than Hausa. So half of those things, Hausa people do it.
Hausa are the ones
they are doing
out.
it. All the half of those things that is happening, going to another house to go and kill, is Boko Haram. You understand? Because the Hausa boy that I interviewed this morning, he told me that there's Boko Haram that they are starting entering Lagos. So everybody should be vigilant and be watched. If you keep quiet and say that Fulani, it's also all that is Fulani. Boko Haram has started entering Lagos.
Is Boko Haram not Fulani?
Fulani are there, but Boko Haram too, they are entering Lagos. That is what the boy told me this morning. So we should be vigilant and know and just take solution. My own advice is whether if they can do it anywhere that any vehicle is entering Lagos, whether they should stand there and be checking them and be sending them back. You understand that they will not be entering Lagos anyhow. You understand? Because a lot of those killing and go to villages to go and all this area to go and kill. Half of them is Boko Haram.
Okay, sorry, one more question. You say Kano is peaceful.
It's peaceful than this.
There's nothing happening in Kano.
It's happened, but it's not too afraid like this as we people are afraid here. We're not afraid like that.
Okay, thank you.
Understand?
Thank you very much.
Let's just quickly take solution to find so that everything will go. Okay. And all those Hausa people, they pretend sometimes. When they want, if Hausa want to kill, no matter how you are close with them, you people eat together. If you want to finish, you finish.
So it's not a matter of Hausa now.
It's not matter whether
Fulani is Hausa.
I was told Hausa boy told me that there's Boko Haram in Lagos, that they are starting anything.
Are you Fulani or Hausa?
I'm a Yoruba,
okay.
But I was born in Kano.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a wonderful one. Can I say it? Okay.
I want this thing to come so that I go fit talk what I want to.
We'll use that camera. It's like credit is finished.
Oh, okay.
We use camera. That credit don't finish.
So what thing we do now?
Let me just end it. We use camera.
Okay, do it. Okay. Do what you want.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. That is a very vital information from Miss Sarah. She says she came from Kano, and she's saying that the people perpetrating the menace in the southeast, they are Boko Haram, not really the Fulani. That is one information, vital information for the federal government, the state government. They should all take note of this information. We are moving to the end of Bison and Newsstands this wonderful morning. I'm Christian Chuko on this wonderful session. Thank you, Mr. Samuel, Mr. Kunle, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Lucky, and everyone that has spoken. We appreciate your kind gestures, and those that have supported some of the people that have been speaking here. Mr. John Utomi, Mr. Okeke from US, Dr. Okeke from the United States. Thank you very much. The man behind the camera is Mr. Femi. Thank you very much. And also CEO of Flip TV, Biodun Kuoliye. I will meet same time, same place tomorrow on this wonderful station. Bye for now.